Okay, so let us begin with initial introduction. So myself, Prathamesh Kulkarni, and I shall be hosting the today's webinar on power of maps for field reps in Dynamics 365 and Power Pages. To give you a brief introduction about Maplytics. So basically, it is a geo-intelligent tool that is used to visualize your CRM data on an interactive map. So with Maplytics, your CRM users can substantially increase your CRM effectiveness with the power of geo-analytics and automation of the process. In the further part of the webinar, I will just explain you how it works. Now to set the basic guidelines of the webinar, please note that all the lines are going to be muted. And if in case you have any queries, you can use the chat window. And additionally, I will be taking the Q&A session at the end of the webinar. Now moving on about the company Inogic. So we are one of the world's leading Microsoft Dynamics ISV, and we are present in the market for more than 15 years. And we have our own CRM products that are available into multiple domains like geospatial, file and storage management, visualization, productivity, gamification, and integrations like WhatsApp and email marketings. Additionally, we also have our own offshore development services that can help you to implement end-to-end Dynamics 365. So specifically for Maplytics, we support all the CRM versions above 8.2. We support Dataverse and we support CRM online and on-premise versions as well. So now let us move ahead with the today's step-by-step agenda. Well, I will be explaining you how Maplytics has grown over the years. What is the Maplytics market scope and its impact? What are overview of the features we are going to covering in today's demonstration? Live demo of Maplytics, a poll that would help you to understand or help you to select which was the best feature you like, ending with a Q&A session. Right, so Inogic launched Maplytics in 2011, that is almost 14 years now. And since then, it has been very well adopted into the Dynamics community due to its obvious benefits. Since this entire time of from 2011 till 2024, our customers' feedback and our partner assistance has enabled us to build this sophisticated product with continuous improvements and feature additions. Now, in the market scope, you can very well observe the ever-increasing demand of the location intelligence solutions in various industries. If you see the numbers, you can clearly see the increase in adoption percentage by year to year in all the industries. And 9 out of 10 companies worldwide, they are sure that they would be using location data into their day-to-day operations, and its importance will be ever growing. So initially, you see the criticality of location intelligence was was limited to certain types of industries. But over the period of time, and as more and more industries are becoming modern, the location intelligence has become an important aspect in multiple industries like government, healthcare, business services, and so on. Also, initially, the purpose of location intelligence was exclusively used for departments like logistics who had a lot of movement. But over the period of time, multiple departments like R&D, operations, management, sales and marketing, finance, and other companies have also started adopting location intelligence tools into their functions. Similarly, you can see here what is the purpose of using location intelligence. You can see multiple uses like client services, IoT and smart cities, real estate investment pricing analysis, geo marketing, geo analytics. So these are the purposes why geo intelligence is used right now across the globe into multiple industries. Now, what are the ROI of implementing Maplytics? So basically, you would be experiencing a 20 to 40% reduction in your mileage costs, since Maplytics will help you or assist you and your CRM users to pre-plan their customer visits or your servicings that you need to do at your customer's end. And by using the pre-planning techniques, you can reduce your mileage cost up to 20 to 40%. The second part is you can save your 1 to 2 hours on the daily basis that is invested into manually scheduling your appointments. With auto scheduling feature, you can completely automate this process of managing meetings or your client visits onto a certain amount of time frame. And the third important part is the territory management. So traditionally, people used to use a lot of conventional tools that assisted them with creating, visualizing territories. But it used to take a lot of time. With Maplytics, we can automate that complete process in just couple of minutes. Additionally, apart from this, there are four major improvements. One is increased productivity, enhanced user adoption, your increased and improved customer satisfaction, along with your automation of your processes. So these are today I'll be discussing this basic features of the Maplytics, which include smart route, trip mode, territory management and enhancement, how we can use Maplytics in Power Pages, and how you can use the auto scheduling features. I will just move ahead with the live demonstration. Okay. So right now you have seen, right now, as you see, this is my home screen for Maplytics. I've opened Maplytics on the accounts entity. You can use it at multiple entities as well. If I'm taking a use case where I am a sales engineer right now, and I have to view all my records that are present, what I can do is I can just by hovering over this push pins, you can see the information associated with that account. Just like that, you can hover on multiple push pins over here, and I would be able to see all the information that is associated with that record. If I click on this, if to have more details or see more fields with our about the customer that interests me, I'll just click on that push pin and a tooltip card will open on my left hand side. This tooltip card will have the information, the detailed information about that particular account. In case I have to take some kind of actions, for example, I'm planning to have an appointment. I'm planning to have an appointment this with this customer. I can directly click on the appointment button. And now, if I'm not using Maplytics, I will have to move a lot around CRM to be able to create this appointment. But in this case, you can see I have just created on a single click of button, and the information and the critical information that needs to be filled in this form is all automatically filled out. Now, in this case, suppose I'm right now, if currently I'm present at this location, where I will set this as my current location. And if I have to view and plot all the customers that are present in the vicinity of 1 to 2 miles, just for my information, what I can do is I can click on this button called as plot entity, and over here I will enter the distance of what I have to enter the distance. I can select, I have to view customers in this case. If possible, I can even view leads and other entity data over here as well. Further, it interests me that since I'm responsible and interested to analyze my customers' performance, only specifically which are respected to accounts and banking industries, what I can do is I can just categorize this on the basis of industry. And upon hitting on search button, I would be able to view all my customers that are present into multiple industry domains. And since, as I said before, I am particularly interested in only banking and accounting customers, I'll just select those two parameters over here, and I can see all my customers over here into these two concentric circles. Now, along with this, there is also one more way how I can use this, how I can plot this particular how I can plot my customers. So for example, if I have few salespeople that are responsible for managing customers onto certain postal codes, what I had is I just have to use this button of plotting accounts on the basis of region. So over here, I will just select postal code since I'm interested to view what customers are present over there into that particular postal codes. I can select one or multiple postal codes over here. And now hitting on the search button, I would be able to see these three particular postal codes and my customers that are assigned to that particular postal codes. You can see Maplytics has already given me the geographic distribution between multiple postal codes. So it becomes very easy for me to identify two different to identify and distinct postal codes over here. Now, for example, I'm present in the middle part of Staten Island somewhere in the middle of the day, and if I had to, just have a freehand drawing and view what all customers are present into my vicinity, in that case, what I can do is just a minute. Okay, coming back. If what I can do is I can just select this as my current location. This is my current location, and I will use this option over here, that is selection and plotting on the basis of drawing. I'll just draw a freehand drawing over here by selecting this. Now, upon hitting search button, I would be able to see only these customers which I have selected with the tool. And if I have to view what all customers that I have selected, I can just select on this. I can just select on this grid view, and upon selecting records, I would be able to select these 6 records that are available into my vicinity of the central Staten Island part. Right now, we have seen the CRM users interacting with CRM to visualize their records on the geographic map. Now, additionally, a lot of times in real business scenarios, it so happens that my external stakeholders like my customers want to in some way or other interact with my CRM data. In that case, what Maplytics can assist you is with the creation of Power Portals or Power Applications. These Power Applications is a method in which you can integrate your Maplytics data with this portal, and you can enable your external users like customer to use your CRM data. What I will show you, I will just demonstrate a use case where I am representing a automotive service centers, and one of my customers has a breakdown of his vehicle and has to reach to my service center by using Power Applications. In that case, what my customer has to do is he only has to select his current location. In this case, I will just put out to be Richmond Islands. This can be automatically related with your phone, or we can manually set as well. So upon hitting the search button, my customer came to know that 37 of my such service centers are available in his vicinity, and he identifies IRS office to be the closest service center. He can just click over here to view all the information that is associated with my service center, like what would be my service charges, what is my website, and in case he can even call me directly on my business phone number. Now, if he plans to visit my service center with his vehicle, he can very easily click on get direction buttons, and Maplytics can plot a route from which by using he can travel to my service center. So this basically this basically has enabled him to use my CRM data of my automotive service centers by integrating with the Power Portal. So this is how basically the Power Portal will work. Now moving on to the next part, I will just show you the important part that is called as data analytics and dashboard, which has become a very prominent feature in case of management and other sales managers views. So I will just click on dashboards over here. Now you can see I have opened a view for a sales manager. Over here, Maplytics can help your management team to create multiple such this kinds of dashboard that can be in the form of pie chart, that can be in the form of column charts, or in the form of heat charts as well. The types of dashboards that I or you can create would be based on your data and configuration, and we would assist you to create dashboards as per your business use case. Right now, you can see I will just demonstrate you few types of dashboards that I have implemented over here. So this one in particular will show you all your appointments that are planned for that particular day. By just hovering over here, I can see all the appointments that are planned for today, and along with the owner that is associated with that appointment. The second dashboard is the heat map for accounts. In this case, the higher is the intensity of this color, the higher is the revenue that comes from that particular account. For example, if I visualize at a simple glance, I would be able to see that Europe, Australia, and North America has the highest number of my customers, and I can derive highest revenue from this particular customers. In this case, as a management, I can even take important decisions like how we can grow in Asia, how we can grow in Africa, such kind of decisions. Now, third, specifically, over here you can see we have plotted pie chart associated with all the postal codes. Over here you can see this particular is to analyze and analyze the open cases by the postal code. These are two people whose data I can visualize on the dashboard. If I click on Joe Smith particularly, you see a pie chart will open up, and I can at just one single click of button, I would be able to see how many open cases are pending with Joe Smith and associate them with all the postal codes into the state and island part. So these are the few dashboards that are available right now. So now moving ahead, I will just show you how your salesperson can use Maplytics to plan route and create and manage his day's appointments. And if you see in the previous use cases, we had selected this. We had selected these 6 records. Now upon this selection, we have this button over here that will enable me to add this. That will enable me to add this 6 customers to my route. So for example, if I am a salesperson and if I have planned to visit the 6 accounts, upon creating an add to route button, Maplytics will clearly give me a very well defined route starting from my initial location and the end location, which is the part of configuration. And the route shall include my visits to all these accounts that I had selected. If I click on these options, I can see that my route right now is optimized by default by shortest distance. If you have a business use case where you have to optimize the route on the basis of shortest time, even that is possible. If I click on save this button, so since I have to use this route for my daily activities, I will just save this route. I will name the route as, since I'm going to use it for tomorrow, I will name is tomorrow's date. I can select when I'm actually going to use this route. So as I said, I'm going to use this route tomorrow. I can assign this to single user, that is myself, or to team of people that are going to use this route. Now along this it, what I have to do is I also have to automatically create appointments into my activity entities directly from the year itself. So rather than moving along to this multiple entities, what I can do is I'll just hit on create activities, and I will go by hitting on the by create. As I said, I have to create appointments over here as well. So I will select appointments. I will name them. I'll just enter the schedule start date and end date. For here, I will select for tomorrow. The start time is going to be 9 a.m. So this is the time basically at what time I'm going to start my day. This is schedule end time is what time I'm going to end my day. So this is for 6 p.m. The duration is what amount of time I will require for every appointment. Over here, I will select 60 minutes. The buffer time is any time that I will be required, say for preparation for the meeting. In this case, I'll just select 5 minutes. Now upon hitting the save button, you can see Maplytics has created my plan for my next complete day, in which I would be visiting all these 6 customers. Maplytics has defined my start time and end time for every meeting, which we have derived on the basis of the travel time I'll just show you how it comes, and which has been derived on the basis of travel time, on the basis of amount of time where in which amount of time which we are going to spend at every customer, and the buffer time. So on the basis of this three combination, it will create the best possible schedule for me tomorrow. So this comes so this comes very handy to me as a salesperson, as I do not have to manually pursue any kind of activities and any kind of selection on my CRM, as my day is already planned in the future. I'll just create again on save. So once I hit on save button, my entire route would be created and all my activities would be assigned into the activity entity. Now I will just show you how I can use this practically on mobile phone. Suppose tomorrow I will start my day in the morning. What I will do is after this I will just show you you see all the routes and activities have been created successfully. Now on a more practical approach, what we can do is, since tomorrow going to use this route, what I will do is I'll just use I will use my mobile device where I can log in on my Maplytics account and see what is my plan for that particular day and how I'm going to plan my visits over there. I'll just share my screen over here. So I hope my phone screen is visible to all of you. Okay, now over here, if I go on the Maplytics overview for sales reps, I would be able to see all my today's routes. What I can do is I will just select on any of my route that I have to use by clicking on these three buttons. I will click on plot route. So over here, how it can help me is basically I am able to visualize I'm able to visualize my entire route starting from point A to point B to point C. So these 3 points are basically my three customers which I'm going to visit. So along with that, I can also view what our customers are present in the vicinity as well. Now suppose what happens tomorrow is what happens rather today in my day is somehow I am able to complete all my appointments beforehand, like 2 hours before, and I just have couple of hours spare in my schedule. So what I can do over there is just I can select any of the account over there to add it as my waypoint. I'll just show you how we can do that. Over here, you see that particular point was successfully added in my today's day. So just like that, I can even add I can add multiple such customers, my leads, and I can plot this and I can make a route by using multiple such entities by using multiple such entities on screen itself. I will just show you additionally, if I click on navigate button over here, I would be able to plot this route on my native application like Google Maps or Apple Maps over here. So that would provide me very handy when I'm actually traveling on the road and assisting my driving directions. So this is how Maplytics would work in a seamless way on Power Apps and integrated with CRM. You did not have to install any other application over here. So this comes at the end. This comes to the end of how we are going to use mobile phones. So now this is over here. All the features that we saw are basically the core Maplytics functions. Apart from core Maplytics, we have two. Apart from core Maplytics, we have two premium features that is called as auto scheduling and territory management. So what is auto scheduling? So auto scheduling is a is a feature in Maplytics that will help you to plan your visits to your customers or to your services over a certain period of time automatically and assign them to multiple of your field representatives. May that be salesperson or may they be resources. So what you can do is you get just how I shown that my meetings and appointments and the route was planned for one day. With auto scheduling, I would be able to do this over a stretched amount of period. For example, for 1 week, 1 month, a certain or any amount of time that you can adopt as per your use case. I will just show you how we can use auto scheduling. Okay, for example, if I have a use case where I have to assign my resources to provide service to my open work orders in Staten Islands area, I will just go here, plot on plot records button, and I will plot my work orders right now over here. Now upon hitting search button, I see I'm able to view all my open work orders over here. Now what I have to do is I just have to select and I have to distribute my resources to service this particular open work orders over a period of one week. What I will do is I will just use this interesting tool called as lasso tool that helps me freehand in a freehand way select all these work orders. You see upon this selection, this 10 work orders are selected. I'll just select on auto scheduling button. Right. So this will basically ask me when I have to schedule it. So for our purposes, if I have to plan this in the second week of October, I'll just select October over here. I'll select the date that I have to begin. I have to begin to assign this work orders to my resources from 7th of October. I'll select resources over here. So that will basically use the data, CRM's data of resources. I can select what all resources are available with me that are going to service this work orders. I can select multiple over here. Period duration is, as I said before, it is what amount of time we are going to invest to service that particular work order. My start time and end time and break times, I'll just enter what is the duration. That is going to be 60 minutes in our case. And buffer time, as usual, I will just put 5 minutes. You can select what all are going to be the working days. This you can select as per your business scenarios. Now after clicking on advanced preferences, Maplytics will ask me what is the maximum limit of meetings per day every particular resources can handle. So in this case, I will just put as to be 3. With 3, I know 3 is the limit of my every resource of how many services he can perform on one single day. Continuous scheduling I have kept no, because this we show basically if I have to travel to multiple cities. These are basically origin and destination locations that can be automatically or can be manually entered. Now upon creating on proceed, you see what will happen is so auto scheduling is a resource intensive process. Over here, what we are doing is basically we are analyzing all the existing characteristics that are associated with the work order. And we are also analyzing the resources and their ability to provide services to these characteristics. And we are mapping this data to create the best possible schedule in the timeline of 1 week that will enable your resources to service these work orders in an error-free way. Let's just wait a couple of more seconds and this will plot. And this will make the schedule over here. We also have our own algorithm that run in the background that do certain kinds of computations that help us to create this schedule on the basis of big timelines. So right now I'm just selecting 1 week. So we can also do this on the basis of shorter timelines or higher timelines like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even 4 weeks. Right. So as you can see, my schedule is prepared for my 2 resources and Williams. I can just toggle between 2 resources from here itself. And you see Maplytics has very well differentiated on the basis of colors, where my management can easily find out which particular person is going to visit which particular work order. You can see my trip summary over here on the right hand side. Additionally, if this I'm seeing day by day plan, I can even see the entire week schedule associated with Kyle Thomas. These are basically all the services, all the work orders that are going to be serviced by Kyle Thomas. You can see details by just hovering on these columns over here. Now, upon selecting on create button, we will have the facility to create these routes and assign activities, and then automatically input this to the multiple entities into the CRM. I'll just select entities. I will just select the activities over here as bookable resources. Just a minute. I have to name this. I'll just name this a October second week plan. The schedule start date and end date are as per we scheduled during initial phases, and booking schedule as status schedule. And along with this, along with creating activities, I will also create routes simultaneously. So right now, for my entire second week for my entire second week of October, my two resources have created their routes they are going to follow for one entire week, and they have created all their scheduled bookable resources like activities, so that they do not have to manually enter the data into CRM. So basically, this is how auto scheduling works. So at the end of now, we have almost finished auto scheduling. Now the next part which I'm going to demonstrate you is basically called as territory management. So territory management is very helpful and useful for organizations that have a very sophisticated sales team structure, which is divided with territories. These territories can be divided into multiple smaller territories, and you have a dedicated sales manager that manages all those customers that lie under that territory with respect to the geographic locations. Now, we will just go through this demonstration in three parts. One is how I can create the territory, how I can visualize the my customers that are present in that territory, and the third part is if I have to make some changes, if I have to make any operating changes as per my real business scenarios, I can do that as well into territory management. So for to plot this territories, we can select on this territory management button, and we have multiple ways how we can plot these territories: by file, by proximity, by region, and by drawing. I have personally come across a lot of businesses that have some kind of data available into their Excel files or .csv format that they use that are embedded with certain kind of geographic information that can help them to plot them territories onto the map. I'll just create my file over here. You can choose multiple types of file: .csv, .xsls, shape files, kml, json. Over here, I will select a file named as Staten Island's zip code. I'll just create on plot. Right now, you can see Maplytics has plotted all the territories. Maplytics has basically plotted all the data that is present into file. Now it is what I have to do is this data is bifurcated or distributed on the basis of postal codes. Now in case I have a use case where I have to select just few postal codes and create territory out of it, I'll create this. I can do this by selection of one by one or multiple. You can choose buttons from over. Now if in my particular business these two postal codes create one territory, what I will do is I will just select these two. I will just select these two postal codes, and I will create territory over here. I can just name them as October plan territory. Now, what is this particular field? This is called as parent territory, and this concept is called as parent and child concept. So for example, if in your business gives you is, if you have New York as one big sales territory, and New York itself has New York City, the Staten Islands, and such multiple small parent territories into child territories into them, and you have to map this child territories like Staten Islands to New York. In that, to fulfill such kind of business scenarios, we use this concept of parent and child territory. Select manager is basically the manager who is going to be responsible for managing all the accounts that fall under that territory. I just click on proceed, and you see all these territories are created. Upon confirming, what will happen is basically, you know, in which all the records that are present onto that geographic locations will be associated with this territory that I just created. Okay, the Maplytics will just pop me the territories have been successfully assigned to the accounts. Now this is first part where I can actually create territories. Now second, what I have to do is I have to just visualize what all my customers are present into certain types of territories. How I can do is I will just click on plot records button. I will go on territories. I'll select what territory that I have to plot. In this case, I have a business use case where I have divided my Staten Islands into north and south part. I'll just refresh this for a fresh view so we can analyze this better. Great. So I will just select on plot by territories option. I'll select few, as I said before, if I have a business use case where I have divided Staten Islands into north and south territory, I can just type over here to search it. I'll select these two territories over here that we have to plot. Just select data source and select view at Staten Islands. Now upon hitting search, if you see my two territories are plotted, that is north and south. Along with it, I can visualize all my customers that are present into this customers that are present into this particularly north and south territories. Now, what I have to do over here, this comes to the end part where I have showed you visualization. Now, as per my business use case, I see this particular area has a bit more area as compared southern area has bit more area as compared to the northern area. So what I have to do is I have to just manually add this few data on this few geographic locations into the northern territory. Even that is possible in this case. What I will do is and I'll just use this selection button over here, and upon clicking on and right clicking, I would be able to do the move to button. With move to button, I can basically assign my that part of territory to some different part of territory. I just select over as north. Right. So now what is basically happened is this particular territory, south part of the territory is assigned to the area wise is assigned to the north part of the territory. So this is how territory management will work overall. So this comes at the end of our demonstration of Maplytics. Over here we have viewed, so just to brief, over here we have viewed the core Maplytics function, including plotting of your records, creating routes, assigning activities associated with routes. The second part we saw was dashboards. The third part was basically how we are going to let external users use our CRM data. And the third and fourth part were basically the premium features of auto scheduling and territory management. I'll just move again to the PPT part. I'll just start the poll. In this poll, I advise all the present members of the webinar, please let me know which was your most favorite feature which that I demonstrated. So that would help me to present it better from next time, and I can assist you with that particular feature as well. Some technical glitches. Actually, I'm just sorry. There is some technical glitch in the poll part. So you can even let me know about your views on your message itself. If you even let me know on message, I would be able to understand which was your most favorite part. Okay, it is working right now. Okay, so let us move ahead. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will be able to answer them. So please, put your queries into the chat box. I'll just answer them from here. Okay, so now moving ahead. Great. So now just moving ahead, I'll just share a few of the success stories that we have implemented. The one is for the re-employability, where the few business challenges that were given to us was unavailability of the most efficient routing for my marketing and travel team. And the second one was, since due to COVID, a lot of people were not on the field. They wanted to have a system in which their sales team and field representatives would better use route planning, and will better use route planning. So Maplytics basically helped re-employability with my smart route feature, and by just by assisting by associating routes to those particular field representatives, by which they would be able to use their CRM in a more effective manner. The second one was for P2 automation, in which they had very specific requirement that had to be solved by territory management, in which the territory were basically divided on the basis of territory was divided on the basis of presence of highways and on the which side which territory can be assigned. Even this type of business scenarios were very effectively handled by Maplytics without involving any kind of manual activities, and just automatically creating, visualizing, and aligning or assigning territories to multiple sales manager. Now across the globe, we have a lot of customers and a lot of partners. You can see all the client testimonials over here, and we are very proud that we are one of the world's most accepted mapping solutions for Microsoft Dynamics 365. So again, FAQs, if you have any kind of questions, you can just ask again. I would be able to answer them. I guess I have resolved all these FAQs through my demonstration. Now, in case you have any kind of queries apart, which you want me to demonstrate in your business scenario particularly, you can just mail at crm@inogic, or you can even visit our website and drop in a query. My team would be able to assist you throughout the process of running Maplytics and solving your business challenges. So this basically ends our webinar for today. I thank you all the participants for giving me this time, and have a great day. Thank you.